All right, in this episode, we're joined by Ahmadd Frink, class of 2011. That seems
Sir.
like a really long time ago, Ahmad.
When you say it out loud, yes. Yeah. I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Then you put together the years and it's like,
Not
yeah.
not
So
to make you feel too old, but we're about to accept the class of 2029.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's a bit ridiculous.
that is crazy. But it is what it is. The alternative is much worse. So we'll take it, right?
Exactly.
All right, so think way, way, way back when you were in middle school. Why'd you pick early college, or why was early college picked for you?
So in the very beginning when I was told I was selected to go to early college, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. The only thing I saw was like the immediate change. Obviously, I'm no longer in class with all my friends. I'll be going to different school with whole people I don't know, um, different location than where my family went to high school. So I wasn't very excited to do that. Um, but once I got there, it was definitely I saw the benefits that could potentially be there, and the growth that I got from it was great.
Did you ever want to quit?
Um, for a very brief moment, because like when my original class was there, there were a ton of us, and then a week would go by and a month would go by, and the numbers just started shrinking. And there's like a picture from our original class and how large it was, and then there's a picture of like was this big, and there's only a few of us left. So it's not for everybody, but it definitely was beneficial.
Yeah, those early classes, that predates me. Uh, those early classes were huge,
Yeah.
as they were trying to figure stuff out, and some people it really wasn't for them. So you saw a lot of people leave. Uh, but you stayed, you stuck it out. Uh, did you graduate from Tech?
Yes, I got my associates from Tech. Essentially, my senior year, that was all my classes were with Tech. So yeah, pretty much freshman, sophomore year, early junior year, were high school, just getting through everything, and then from there on, it was just pretty much all college classes.
All right, so you finished up at Tech, then what?
And then I went to Coastal Carolina. So I went to Coastal. Loved my time there. Also, I chose to stay home for school, but it was once again it was a very great experience. The people I've met, the experiences I've gotten, actually led me to where I am today. So I definitely appreciate everything that was provided for me.
What what are you doing now?
So currently, I am a district financial manager for Sherwin-Williams. I manage the finances for Virginia, Maryland, and DC for the Sherwin-Williams company. And I've been doing that up here for 3 years, and I was doing it previously in the Southeast in Atlanta, Georgia, for 5 years.
So where are you based out of?
Currently, I am in Maryland.
Maryland. Nice. That sounds like a really important job, Ahmad.
Um, it is.
It is.
I definitely I definitely love it. But sometimes you're like, oh, I'm managing receivables for a lot, a lot of people, a lot of things have to go through me, and it is important. I like to think that I provide some value to it, so I definitely enjoy it. It's been a great ride so far.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Uh, all right. So let's go back to early college for a minute.
Mhm.
If Miss Grimmett was right here next to me, and I might be careful, I can pull some strings and it can happen. If she was right next to me, what would you tell her?
It depends on which year we're talking about here. Sometimes it'll be thank you, I appreciate everything because there was some times when Ahmad was a little on the wild side and hey, why are you doing that? You know you shouldn't be doing that. Other times it's like you're driving me crazy. I don't know why you're talking to me. Why are you doing the way you are? So it's a combination of both things. I mean, extremely appreciative. The lessons that were taught, especially when I know I was in the wrong, have still stuck with me to the day. The main thing is always be honest. Um, one lie is going to lead you to another lie, is going to lead you to another lie. And so it takes up so much time and effort. Be honest the first time and just do what you have to do to get what you really want to do in life.
Good advice, good things to share with her. I'll make sure to share them with her. Uh, she would appreciate that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids, they kind of struggle with that idea, right? Like you don't want to get in trouble, but at the same time, like just own it. If you
Yeah.
just own it,
You have
accept
to.
the consequence, we're done. I can respect that a lot more than having to go down that rabbit hole. Uh,
Mhm.
Not good. So good advice there. What advice would you give the senior who thinks they know what they want to do?
Don't be closed-minded. I knew from the very second I started my senior year my exact life and career path, and it is nothing like that at all. Um,
You know you wanted to go to Sherwin-Williams
you know, you're 100%
and
right.
manage that region. I mean, like,
I was gonna be in Sherwin-Williams. The store I was at that I actually did my training, I didn't even know existed. I passed that store. It's about 2 miles from early college. I actually trained at that store,
is that the one
but
down in
I
Seaboard?
no, no,
Or
no,
the
no.
one
There's
right
one
here?
in Carolina Forest. Yeah, there's only one in Carolina
Yeah.
Forest, right beside the. I think it's a Dunkin' and a Chick-fil-A.
Hmm.
There was one that it's been there for like 20 years. I drove past it every single day my entire life. Never knew it was there until I actually started working there. But yeah, I knew from the second I started my senior year of high school what I was gonna do. I was gonna go to USC. I was gonna manage in project management directory. I was gonna be married by 25. I was gonna keep moving to corporate ladder. Boom, 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 boom. I knew all that for a fact. That changed. I went to school. I took a few marketing jobs. I went to change my major to operations, sports operations. I went to Indiana for a while, and I was worked for Indiana Sports Corp for game day operations. I actually got to put together the men's and women's Final Four in 2015. Yes, and then the Big Ten championship. Put that together. So I've had some amazing experiences because I was open to changes, and it led me to where I am today because I came back to South Carolina um, after one of my marketing jobs didn't work out. I was home for a while, and I was like, man, I really need to get a job. So one of the Coastal was actually holding a career fair. Went to Coastal. I saw one of my friends was at Sherwin Williams booth. He was telling me about how great it was and how the opportunities that led there. And just through networking, hard work, putting in my time, I've kept moving up, got opportunities to move with the company, and it's like I said, it's been really great. But you got to be open minded. You have to be open minded and network 24/7.
Love too that you're willing to move around and take that risk too. So many people are stuck in their geography.
Mhm.
We love the area, but there's so much more that's not here.
You
Uh,
have to.
you got to get out of the tourist trap of where we
Mhm.
are. And I like the other part you had there too with networking. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? For the young people, they kind of struggle with this idea that it's really important to know a lot of people and to actually call on those contacts and keep those relationships going. Can you touch
Yeah.
on that?
Yes, 100%. So, one of the first things that they taught us in college is not necessarily what you know, but who you know, taking opportunities to branch out, meet people, go places, move different places. Throughout my career, I've had opportunities to meet people in the sports industry or in the paint industry, but I've always been one to make myself known. It doesn't have to be anything flashy, crazy. Just take your time to speak, say hello, introduce yourself, and just build a certain bond so that you're somewhat memorable to that person. Because you, one thing I also have been taught is you never know who you're going to work for or work with. So networking. Actually, when I first started with Sherwin Williams, the guy who I was working for, he was like, "Hold on, I think I know your dad." So we went through this whole story about him and my dad, and it formed a great relationship through there. I ended up being really cool with him and his family. It kind of launched my career, and then my DFM at the time gave me the opportunity to move to Atlanta to start my current career. But that was only because when she came into town, I took the time to get to know her, figure out what the position was, and figure out how I can be impactful for the company, and figured out, hey, that's actually what I want to do. What do I need to do to get there? Because I always say you should ask somebody who's where you want to be how to get there instead of somebody who's not in that position. But yeah, just taking the time, getting to know people, asking questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Ask away, ask away, ask away. Take every opportunity you can to learn something. And even if you have a setback, like I said, my marketing job did not work out. I ended up back home after 6 months. But I took it, I took that experience I got to develop my networking skills. I'm able to speak to anyone about anything now. And said, even when things don't work out, be open to keeping those lines of communication open, always be positive and always keep moving forward.
Love it. Good advice, Ahmad. Great advice. Well, I
Thank you.
appreciate you joining me today because you're
Of
such an
course, of course.
important man. We'll kind of keep it short, but great advice. Do you ever get back to Horry County?
I try to come in town once or twice a year. It's a little more difficult. When I do come in town, it's normally around the holidays, so school's not necessarily in at that time. But no, I usually come in once or twice a year. But I definitely would be willing to come back in town more if it was some benefit to somebody who's looking to go around the right path.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it, Ahmad.
Yeah, you have my information, so feel free to reach out. I'll be in contact. If you guys need anything, please let me know. Like I said, the thing I want to make sure everyone knows is there is opportunities out here. You just have to be willing to take a chance.
Yep, take a chance and work hard.
Hmm.
Anything can happen. Ahmad,
Exactly.
thank you for joining me. Have a good one.
All right, you do the same. Thank you.
Thank you.